Hello everyone, CryptoSaiyan here, giving you a small market recap of today and the upcoming weeks. Okay, so right now Bitcoin saw a small reaction on the weekly supply levels, which is right here. So weekly bearish supply level. As talked about earlier, weekly supply levels are basically an area where price reacted very strongly, an area where price really did something very powerful. This can be either way to the downside, but can also be to the upside. In this case, Bitcoin really dropped from the 50k level all the way down to the 30k level. It kind of makes sense that Bitcoin, whenever it revisits this area, is going to have a reaction on these levels. Right now we're seeing Bitcoin coming into these levels and reacting on it with a bearish move, which is to be expected. On the other side of the market, we also have a bullish area, a bullish demand level, where price also made a sharp move, but instead of going to the downside, it went to the upside right here, which is what we call a bullish order block. And this is a bearish order block. So let's call this demand. And let's call this supply. Basically the origin of big moves. Those are very important. Right now, Bitcoin can go two ways. Basically, Bitcoin right here has reaccumulated on these price levels. There was a lot of interest on buying Bitcoin by large players in the market at 30k, okay? Whenever the market went up in this area, whenever it is correcting right now or reacting on the supply area, it could still go down again and have a retest on demand area. Something like this. The market right now, at this point in time, was consolidating, right? So we have consolidation. Then we had the market going down, correcting very strongly, reaccumulating, and then going up again, reacting on supply levels originated from right here, but then right now correcting again and going back to the upside. Okay, this would be seen as a bullish move in the market, and which could still happen, especially if you look at the fundamentals in the market. There's been a lot of fundamentals, a lot of on-chain and off-chain data has shown us that exchanges right now have a historically low supply level, which could be called like a supply shock. Usually this means a lot of cryptocurrency are leaving the exchanges and going into cold storage. Cryptocurrency in cold storage currently cannot be sold, right? And that usually means, or at least is a very strong indication, that a lot of players aren't looking to sell their cryptocurrency and it isn't going anywhere, and they're looking to store it in a safe place, okay? Low supply levels on exchanges usually means that it's an early sign that we might have another leg up coming very soon. Whenever the supply on exchanges starts to rise a lot, starts to rise rapidly, that could mean the opposite, and that could mean that people are looking to sell cryptocurrency on the exchanges. Makes sense, right? Okay. So something like this is currently happening. I would like to see Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency come back to support / demand levels, where it retests the market and then goes to the upside. Right now on a lower scale level, so let's zoom in a little bit on the daily, Bitcoin isn't looking too great. Why? Because it's reacting on supply levels. So this basically means, what I mean is that we could still see some more correction going on the next couple of days. Just like we have supply levels on a higher time frame, we also have supply levels on a lower time frame. This bearish move right here, reacting on the higher time frame supply, also broke structure right here. So based on the fact that we right now had made a lower high and a lower low, instead of making higher highs and higher lows right here, that this was pretty much expected that this would be a lower high in the process on a lower time frame, right? Right now on a lower time frame, we have supply levels shifting to right here. So this for me right here, not a bullish one but a bearish one, will be a very important level that I would like to see being broken to have a clear indication that we might be going up again. But as long as this area, or as long as price is trending or trading below this area, we are still kind of bearish on the short-term momentum, right? The short-term momentum right now is correcting, hopefully inside the higher time frame momentum, and the higher time frame momentum still says price is trading above demand, and anything above demand could still make a momentum shift and move price from all the way up here, something like this, for example. Or no, let's take another tool for this. Let's use this tool, where price is going down, going up, making lower highs in the process, right? Something like this. And then coming into higher time frame demand and making a reversal, showing resilience, showing support. And then something like this, where the market is going up, right? Sorry, just want to show this, where the market is trending up. And whenever we have that break of structure going inside that higher time frame demand, that's where I'm looking to fully expose myself excuse me, to the markets and position myself accordingly, right? We always trade on the information we know today. We trade on the facts from today, but not on the facts tomorrow. The information of tomorrow, the information of next week is different than the information we know today. Right now we see a bearish momentum on Bitcoin in the short term, leading hopefully inside higher time frame momentum, okay? Higher time frame momentum is pointing to the upside, short-term momentum is pointing to the downside. Once this momentum changes by going to the downside, but right now when the market is breaking previous supply levels, then we have an upside bias on higher time frames, but also an upside bias on short-term time frames, right? We want the market to make higher highs, not lower highs. So instead of doing this, we want the market to make this. Okay, whenever this turns, the turnaround is the point in time where I'm looking to fully expose myself to the market and act accordingly, right? So as of today, right now, guys, keep a close eye on these levels at the 48k level on Bitcoin, 47, 48k on Bitcoin, because that's a very important level that we need to break again to shift back to a bullish stance in the market. Right now, as to expected, we can be in a little bit more pain the next couple of weeks, next couple of days. Could take one day, could take a couple of hours, could take a couple of weeks. There's no time frame on this, but basically what we're expecting is a little bit more pain to the downside and see how the market is going to react on higher time frame demand levels right here, okay? We could also react on the 40k. 40k is also a strong demand level, but not a bearish one, but then a bullish one, okay? Bullish ones are support, bearish ones are resistance. Okay, so here we have a bullish one. So inside each of these two areas, Bitcoin could hopefully make the reversal, show us a momentum shift, and then take us all the way to the 100k area if that scenario is being met. Remember, if there's no momentum shift and if Bitcoin is not doing something that we like and keeps on doing this, where we have no momentum shift inside our POIs, then yeah, based on that fact alone, let me just zoom a little bit more out, but based on that fact alone, and Bitcoin is something doing like this without the momentum shift and keeps making lower highs and higher highs, keeps making lower highs, higher highs inside our blue area, then there's no reason to be looking for a buy anytime soon, okay? We trade based on the information, we trade based on confirmation. We're not gamblers, we are trading based on facts to minimize and reduce our risk. And then whenever we see the confirmation being met, we then fully expose ourselves to the market, or at least with a good risk to reward area. And then we are looking to take the market up, take positions, and seeing all those profits come in whenever the next leg up on Bitcoin happens. Everyone, safe trading and stay tuned for the next